This side-by-side we're gonna talk about. Basically like our kinetic trophy trucks we built, we took this Polaris RZR, brand new car, and completely gutted the whole car, got it down to the bare minimum per the rules, and did a full laser scan of the chassis and built the whole car in CAD, really making everything super efficient with the car. Everyone thinks it's like a class 1 car, a class 10 car, but it's really a side-by-side, so it's pretty neat. And then now on this car is ADM's data logging dash. They have pre-programmed dashes, all pre-wire loomed out. I'm gonna learn a lot more when we plug in about how we can program, so let's go check it out. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Once you learn this, it looks pretty simple.
Yep, it's very straightforward, very user configurable.
Previously, we had some warnings come on due to the fuel level sensor that wasn't connected. If the alarm screen comes on, it'll make the whole screen red.
I'd put the warning for the coolant temp at 220. Okay. Because these cars run pretty hot.
What we'll do right here, we'll add a new warning.
So we'll set the first warning at 220 because you said that's kind of where
Go 230.
Yeah.
Because I just need to be warned when it gets high, but not catastrophic high.
Exactly.
And then the red light to be like 245.
We can do two things here. We can either have it trigger the LEDs, but we could also have it trigger a little warning bar that comes up along the bottom. Just like we saw before, we needed to look in the software to see what those LEDs did. What I like to do is I'll set up a little warning bar at the bottom of the screen, and then that will trigger and it'll say, warning, coolant temp, 220, 230, 240.
As long as I'm getting like something pops up, you got a light, and it's just telling you what the problem is.
We'll go into the simulator right here in the software.
Oh, that's cool.
So we can run this and see what it's gonna show. Let it boot up just like normal. Your logo shows up. This is what we see on screen. Now we are changing your coolant temp. So let's see what happens when it comes up to 240. 240. Coolant temp then gets red and the warning comes up and the LED turns on.
Yeah.
49. So then
That's
the warning comes up.
Okay, got it.
So it's like it
So
passes
water
that
temp's
threshold.
coming to the yellow. This is the red. Yeah, that's cool. That's even better.
We have water temp dialed. Now we also wanted to integrate belt temp into that as well. So we'll go back to our alarms and we made our warning belt temp. So it's right there. If it's above 200, this warning will trigger.
Well, I mean, just the belt temp could just turn to red from white.
Yep.
When it hits, say 250, then you can have it.
Then you want the warning screen coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll change this warning here to 250. We'll call it an alarm. And this will be our alarm belt temp. And it's gonna say belt temp. So on our screen then we can go to the belt, and the belt temp itself when it reaches above 200. And then the alarm will come on
At like 250.
Yep. In your setup, you're using the 22 channel CAN sensor module, which is about, you know, a 5x5 box that sits in the front of your vehicle. But for an option where maybe somebody doesn't need as many sensors, they also have the option of our 6 channel CAN sensor module. That unit is about 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. It's very compact, weatherproof, IP67 rated, and it'll allow you to do 2 pressures or 2 0 to 5s, as well as 2 thermistors that are resistance based, has a digital input for RPM, and a dedicated fuel level input that goes from 0 to 240 ohm. So that's also something that we have available for, you know, alternative setups.
All in all, it's very impressive, very powerful, over 20 inputs, pressures and temperatures and everything. I mean, that's just awesome data to have. And really the sky's the limit. You could do some really cool stuff with this. And then let's change the startup screen with the black background.
Right like that. There it is.
That looks good.
We'll save that, go back in the software to the splash screen. There it is. And then we can also add the duration, you know, make it stay on there for 2 seconds rather than 1 second. Now it starts up,
oh, very
splash
cool.
screen, right there, good to go.
Yeah, how awesome. And then could we put a resettable trip meter up in the right corner here?
Yeah, so actually one of the things that I did when we were away is on screen 3, I also added in that trip meter as well. So you have your, let's see, yeah, your trip meter right there in the middle next to your
Oh, really
battery
cool.
voltage.
One other thing I'd like to do is maybe make this screen 10% less bright.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so the brightness right now is at 80% in normal mode.
Let's just look at it at 50 just to see what that's like.
Yeah, see how much of a change
Because then it could
makes.
just be night and day all the same.
So that's the brightness at 50%.
Wow, that's still like...
Still pretty bright.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So let's save this again, upload, wait our 30 seconds or so.
So yeah, probably about a good 20 to 30 seconds and you're complete on that whole upload. So that's impressive because you're not waiting around too long for that. So
Close it, unplug it.
a lot of good information. This screen's like, you know, trip and time. And then we get into this screen and it's the time, but then has the full, like total miles on the car, which
Full
is good on
miles.
this screen. So that'll be okay. And then, yeah, it gives you your water temp.
Looks like it's just about ready to go.
This is awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been an awesome learning experience. I love all this techie, nerdy, geeky electronic stuff.
Yeah, thank you for allowing us to come down, install it, and give you the full overview and set it up to your liking. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be tweaking it with it a little bit more as time goes on and getting it perfect the way you like it. And you know, that's what it's set up for. The customizability is all there. We have a great starting point for you, and we'll see how it progresses on the build.
Awesome, guys. Thank you again
Thank
so
you.
much.